NBA Straya, how are you going? Hey, Annie, you good? You should be. Why is it, Jim? Well, it's Tuesday, but it's Easter week. So this is essentially hump day. We're basically at the end of the week. Just start drinking now. Like, it's fine. Get into some chalky eggs. Off your head. Go hard. Anyway, this is NBA Straya's best and worst of the day for Tuesday, March 31. I am your host, James Clements, here in Larry Armour Studios. Let's get into it the way we start every show here at NBA Straya with the daily, or is it some sort of whip around? Yes. Wow. So I said on today's NBA Coffee Run, we've got two contenders for dumbest idiot of the year. Right off the bat. Number one, Jaden Ivey getting waived by the Chicago Bulls because he's dumb as a bag of rocks. Now, if you're like religious and all that sort of stuff, fine. No one cares. You do your thing, I'll do my thing. Simple as that, right? When you're sitting there espousing like really strange, homophobic, like other religion-y sort of stuff as well, real full-blown fire and brimstone, like dumbassery. Yeah, guess what? The NBA is probably not going to look too kindly on that, you big dummies. So, yeah, good job by Jaden Ivey to go and get waived, fumble the bag, and that'll do, pig. That'll do. Now, look, if you're someone going through some mentals, if you're battling some other things, you know, it happens, but this has been like this weird sort of sustained setup where he's been out rehabbing his knee, whatever. It sucks. He sucks. Piss off, D-head. The other biggest dumb idiot of the year was Mark Cuban. He was like, yeah, look, I don't really regret selling the Mavs. Lying. He's like, oh, but I do regret who I sold it to. Cha-ching. Mark Cuban regretting selling the Mavs when there are quite literally quotes from him saying, yeah, I sold a controlling ownership stake in the Mavs, but I still get to like run the entire thing. Womp, 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 womp. Yeah, that didn't work out that way, did it? So, geez, so do you think he actually he regrets it, does he?
Stay off the weed.
Oh, duh. Mark Cuban, big dumb idiot. Two other little bits. The Trailblazers were finally kind of like, we've got a finalization of their sale. It's around $4 billion valuated at. So you might remember this has been like an ongoing process for the Blazers because Paul Allen died a long time ago now. And his sister has been in charge of the trust and like selling it, etc. It's also the Seattle Seahawks in the NFL. They just won the Soupy against my beloved Patriots. It sucks. But anyway, so this dude, Tom Dundon, is an investor dude, owns the Carolina Hurricanes, a bunch of other stuff. And sure, as long as like they're pumping money into it, good. Let us know, Blazers fans. I mean, it's always weird because like you've got these new ownership. Like I love the fact that one of the big investors in this ownership group is the family behind Panda Express. That's awesome. Their food sucks. Anyway, so there you go. Blazers sold. And the last little bit, Jaden McDaniels. So he's been out the last little bit. He's got a bit of knee pain. He's got a tendinopathy there in his knee. So that sucks. He's week to week. That's huge for the Timberwolves. Ant-Man came back today. Yes. But to lose McDaniels, essentially your number one primo wing defender, is a real kick in the guts. The thing is, they still absolutely obliterated Dallas today. So, yeah, she'll be right. Anyway, so with that in mind, let's do some game wraps. Game wraps from today. Very quickly, we had the Sixers and the Heat play an awesome game. Heat come flying back. Tyler, there goes my hero. Goes whack in the fourth quarter. Unstoppable. Sixers took the lead. Heat absolutely came from nowhere. Rode that crowd, went whack. 119-109. Awesome game. Bam finishes with 23-16-6, but it was Hero who got him over the line. The Celtics came up short against the Hawks. That was a pretty fun game too. 112-102. This is with the Celtics. They brought back Jaylen Brown. They had Derek White, but they were also starting Jordan Walsh, Baylor Scheim, and Luka Garza. So they're kind of like, essentially at this point in time, kind of like juggling minutes. So I mentioned on yesterday's show and NBA Supercoach show, they probably were going to give Tatum a bit of a rest. This is the second night of a back-to-back. He doesn't play. Pritchard comes off the bench. Just wasn't enough. Just wasn't enough because, I don't know, Dyson Daniels had 18, 5, and 5. Yes, mate. Jalen Johnson, 20, 12, and 5. He's been carving it up. Huge win for the Hawks and huge win for the Heat, right? So we'll get to the playoff chicken in a second, but trust me, both big wins. Good job, Hawks. The Suns smacked the Grizzlies around 131-105. Booker had 36. The Bulls got curb stomped by the Spurs, 129-114. Wemby had 41. And this was it. We had an MVP off today. I'll get to that in a second. 41, 16, and 3. Not bad. Good size. The Wolves kicked the absolute bejeebers out of the Mavs, 124-94. Ayo, at 18, 15, and 12. You're a beauty. Cavs, that's right, Cleveland. Eventually snuck by Utah. A bit weirdly close there at the end of the third quarter. 122-113. Filipowski, 20 and 10. Mobley, 34 and 17. The Thunder Pistons OT game, a schmozzle. I don't know, man. This SGA ref baiting, foul baiting stuff has gone too far. 47 for him, but jeez, unethical if you ask me. And the Lakers curb stomped the Wizards 120-101. Some old bloke by the name of LeBron James had a triple-double. Let's go to the NBA Straya Pro Performance of the Night.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
With an honourable mention to that old bloke, LeBron James, 21, 10, and 12. Not bad for a really old dude, like, who is obviously, he's the oldest dude playing in the NBA, the oldest dude to have a triple-double. Like, it's all LeBron. That's kind of neat. The thing is, LeBron James is no longer really in the MVP conversation, which is, you know, this tracks. He's the oldest player to obviously have a triple-double. That's cool. But this was a real MVP off day, right? You had two dudes in the lead, essentially top three of MVP voting. SGA, Wemby, go, you know what, today I might try to win this MVP. What do you reckon? Wemby has like the fastest double-double in recorded history in like 8 minutes. It was sick. Finishes with 41 points, 16 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocks, a steal, 17 of 27 shooting, 3 of 6 on threes, 4 of 4 at the line. Nice. They stopped the Bulls. Good job. SGA goes hammer and tongs with a Pistons team that doesn't have their two best players. 47 points he puts up. 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 12 and 19 shooting. Unbelievable. 2 or 3 from downtown. And 21 of 25 grifted foul shots. Oh, boy. That was... I want to give Wemby the MVP just based on that. Like SGA's like incessant pushing off, then crying when he gets even remotely breathed on. He's gone full Harden, and it's horrible. Like the grifting, the foul baiting, and then he gets his game-winning 3 waved off because of a push-off offensive foul. It's like, oh, now they're calling it. Great job. Unbelievable stuff. So we get to this point of the season, and we obviously are still just like going, well, who should win MVP, Jim? And the answer, I'll tell you, is getting a little bit more fraught, because if you just look at some of these odds here, you got SGA's 120, and Wemby is suddenly 4. Jokic is out to 91, so he's cooked it. Luka's at 26. I don't know, Wemby at 4. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. SGA is probably going to win it. But it was very cool that we got two dudes go, oh, yeah, cool. Full-blown David Robinson scoring 70 and like going absolutely massive. And David Robinson also, remember when he won the MVP in 95, Hakeem just absolutely obliterates him in the playoffs. And you're like, ooh, that seemed personal. So, yeah, good times. I love a good MVP race. And now I've actually got one. And it's like 3-headed. Like, Jokic has not changed. Like, nothing has changed for Jokic. He's still carving it up. He's got, like, you know, if he can throw up 6 more games or he's got a 20-20-20, he might just win it. But anyway, awesome MVP battle today. Enjoyed that. a lot. What about Spud of the night?
Spud, 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 it is Spud of the night.
Spud of the night. Who was the Spud of the night? Well, we had a few crackers in there. I love you. You know how much I love my Patch Williams. Jaden Ivey being on that team with Patch Williams, you're like, between the two of them, they've got about half a brain cell. Patch Williams. Seriously, I've never watched someone have a worse basketball IQ. But anyway, 0 of 7 for Patch Williams today. Brutal. 1 of 8 for Klay Thompson. 1 of 7 for Cedric Coward. A couple of 1 of 6s for Jalen Williams and Sharif Cooper. Bronny shot 2 of 10. What are you doing letting Bronny shoot 10 times? Oh, that's right. We played Washington. Have at it, son. 4 of 16 for Colin Gillespie. He's having a bit of a nightmare run at the moment. 5 of 19 for Coop de-loop doop doop. As well as they got their heads kicked into the Dallas Mavericks. So, unfortunately, I don't believe anyone shot the magic number today, which is a damn shame. Oh, wait, we did. Colin Gillespie, he's gone back-to-back. He's gone back-to-back, Jim. What did he do? He went and shot from downtown. Oh, yeah. Shield. 3-11. That is awesome. Thank you, Cole. Thank you. All right, how about old mate, no mates? This one's obvious.
Old mate, no mates. Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no
Old mate, no
mates.
mates.
Old mate, no mates.
Old mate, no mates.
Yeah, that'd be Jaden Ivey. Like, having a crack at, like, Steph Curry for righteousness. It's like, he swears he's unrighteous. He's going to hell. What are we doing here? Dude, settle down. Take your medications. Bloody hell. Like, so much of this entire Jaden Ivey thing, and you're like, yeah, cool, someone's spinning off and jumping off the deep end. It's never fun to watch. And I just do not get this really sort of fire and brimstone sort of stuff of like, oh, the righteous, oh, there's nothing good in this world. It's only jeebus. And you're like, oh, God. All right, mate. All right, you do you. Just shut up. So Jaden Ivey waived by the Bulls, and he's like, what do you mean? Conduct detrimental to the team, man. I'm off rehabbing. I'm not even with the team. Yeah, that's how much of a dickhead you're being. You're pissing everybody off. Oh, how's that conduct detrimental? It's detrimental to the team. Yeah, big dummy. Obviously, other old mate, no mates, SGA. And this is the thing I didn't sort of hit on in the, performer of the day. SGA having shot more free throws today than like Jokic and Wemby in their last 5 games combined is a bit, how you going? And I think the old mate, no mate's vibe of SGA is really starting to turn. Wildly efficient, an incredible season, but the foul grifting is just getting, and like they're throwing their head back, he pushes off on like every shot. And watching this sort of narrative shift in real time is fascinating. So, yeah, he's getting a bit old mate, no mates. It was like, the apple of the NBA viewer's eye there for a little bit. But this is what happens. It happened to Steph and the Warriors. It's happening to the Thunder. You can be the fun young upstarts for a little bit, but then it just starts to grate. And here we are. Pantsing of the night. That would be Anthony Edwards, who missed the start of the game for the Wolves. And he was asked about it. He's like, yeah, I had to take a shit. So quite literally, that's a pantsing, yeah, because he had to go take a dump. Gross. Better than Bronny James, Lonzo Ball, and Ben Simmons.
Lonzo was the best player in high school. He was the best player in college. You think he'll get to the pros and be like, I made it to the pros, now I can be average. He's coming for everybody.
Coming for everybody. Bronny actually played 26 minutes and had 6 points on his 2 of 10 shooting. He went 0 of 5 from deep. Brutal. 2 turnovers, 1 assist, 1 rebound, 1 steal. He was a +4 in 26 minutes in a game that they won by 19. So, okay. Thanks, Bronny. I am, however, going to give this to Cody Williams. So Cody Williams popped up pretty badly on the old Spud of the night the other day, but was really, really good for the Yaz. And it's like this really strange sort of setup. Yes, they get their ass kicked by Cleveland, but 26 points, 11 of 22 shooting, 0 of 2 from deep, 4 of 6 in the line, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. He shows glimpses like this, and you're like, do more of those, Cody. And just, the consistency isn't quite there yet. But today, way better than Bronny James, I'll tell you that much. Australian player watch for today. Oh, yeah. Already mentioned a little bit of Dyson Daniels' game against Boston. He had the 18-5-5, absolutely crushed it. 8 of 11 from downtown. But most importantly, 2 of 3 from 3. It's only the third time this season he's hit multiple threes in a game, and he absolutely crushed it. 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 1 turnover. Ew, beauty. Unfortunately, he copped no Rock'em Sock'em Block'em Jock'em Landale in that game, which is always a bit of a sad one. Josh Giddey up against the San Antonio Banderas Spurs. He had 9 points, 10 assists, 7 rebounds, 2 turnovers and a block. Only shot 5 times. 3 of 5 from the floor, 2 of 3 from 3, 1 and 2 at the line. It was like, oh yeah, sure. Trey Jones like, feed me the ball. Colin Sexton's like, I'm going to shoot 15 times. Lockie Olbrick, the brick. 4 minutes, 0 of 2 at the free throw line, 1 rebound. And that was it for him. In terms of the Jingling Joe Ingles minutes for your Minnesota Timberwolves and their blowout over the Mavs, there were none. Did not play a coach's decision. He just couldn't be bothered. Which, to be honest, you just got to respect it. Tyrese Proctor for the Cleveland Cavaliers got out there, though, against the Utah Jazz. 12 minutes, 8 points, 3 of 6 from the floor, 1 of 3 from 3, 1 for free. Free throw, 1 of 1. 2 rebounds, an assist, a turnover, and a steal. Not bad. +1 in 12 minutes. Good job, Tyrese Proctor. And that's it for the Aussies for today. Right. Tomorrow's games, let's do some previews. Game previews. Remember, you can find all of our picks over at Dabble. The link is in the show description or our social bios. Go have at it. I think of the 8 games today, we went 4 of 8. I better check that. It was right there, but because I think the read on some of these ones today was it got a little bit janky. Utah putting up a fight against Cleveland. Like, that was the one, I can't remember what I said on yesterday's show. And then when I was looking at the picks that I ended up making, I think I've gone 4 of 8. So we ended up switching around the Suns Grizzlies one. They smashed them. Mavs didn't hit. Cavs didn't kill them. Pistons definitely held on, which is fun. Lakers covered as well. And I think we had Atlanta over Boston. So 4 of 8. So yeah, not bad. Good size. Tomorrow we have Phoenix Orlando. It's a great uniform matchup. Orlando stink. They've been horrible. Why are they favourites? I don't know this. I don't trust it. It's because Phoenix are on a back-to-back, having just played in Memphis. I think we'll go Orlando, but yeesh, it's not going to be pretty. Charlotte will absolutely smash them. All right, Brooklyn -15.5. We're going Charlotte. Toronto, Detroit. This is a really fun game. Toronto don't beat good teams. Detroit probably just rested Jalen Duren today. I might go the Raptors, however, here. +2.5. The Pistons just played an overtime game in OKC. They fly home, play a relatively rested Raptors team. I'm going to go Toronto, +2.5. They don't beat good teams, but they did look good the other day. Let's go Scotty Barnes and co. New York, Houston. It's a replay of the 1994 NBA Finals. Knicks in Houston are actually favourites by 1.5. I don't know about that. I might go Houston, +1.5. Like, they've been a bit horrible here and there, but I really struggle seeing the Knicks actually slow down KD. Even LP Şengün as well. So let's go the Rockets. Dallas, Milwaukee. Is it Algonquin for the good land? I think it will be. I think they're going to kill this Mavs team who are on a back-to-back fly from home to Milwaukee. I reckon the Bucks get them. -1.5. That's a gross game. Cleveland at Lakers. Both teams having played today. The Lakers are 1.5 point favorites. They'll get Luka back, so I might go the Lakers here. This is a fascinating one, though. Harden up against his old mate, LeBron James. I'm going to go Lakers. Portland at Clippers. That's an absolute belter of a game. With the Clippers 5.5 point favorites because, I mean, in terms of the playoff check-in that I mentioned earlier, this is it. After today's games, the Cavs are actually only 1 game behind the Knicks of the 3-4 spot in the East. Just keep an eye on Cleveland. The Raps are right there, tied up with the Hawks. 42-32, plays 43-33. So they are basically separated by a percentage, with the Raptors having played 2 fewer games than the Hawks. So big win for the Hawks today. That keeps them 1.5 games up over the 7 spot and the Sixers, who obviously lost today, who are still 1.5 games up on the Magic and the Heat. The Heat snuck ahead, a half game ahead of Charlotte, who were not playing today. But the Heat, half game up of them in the 9-10 spot. And then out west, this is why this is a big one for the Portland Clippers game. They're 8-9 in the West. But anyway, so the games that actually mattered today. I mean, Lakers kept winning. Good on them. They're probably just going to lock themselves into the 3 spot. Both OKC and San Antonio won as well. So there's 1 and 2 still locked away. 60 wins now for the OKC Thunder. Not bad. Good size. The Wolves getting a big win over Dallas was very handy because it keeps them in the 5 spot. They're a half game up now on the Rockets in 6, trailing Denver by 1.5. So Denver in the driver's seat for the 4 spot. 5 and 6 still up in the air. 7 is basically locked away as the Suns. Clippers, Portland, 8-9. That's a 1.5 game difference between those two. And then a 1.5 game difference between the Blazers and the Warriors. So that's where we're all set up heading into tomorrow. And that's it for today. So that's been NBA Straya's best and worst stuff of the day. Get around us all on all the socials. Check out Jim Does Supercoach, our NBA Supercoach stuff. We had a pretty good week this week, so hopefully we can finish out the season last 2 weeks in a much better position. Otherwise, get around NFL Australia everywhere. Jim Does Supercoach, and of course Footy Unfiltered, our new AFL footy show, which is awesome. Myself and Jez chopping it up each week about footy. I do like that a lot. Rate, review, star, subscribe those across everywhere. Jump in the comments, send us through some DMs, say g'day, do what you got to do. You can also support the show with buymeacoffee.com/NBA Straya. Help your mate Jim out. Keep the pirate ship afloat. All right, that's it for the best and worst of the NBA today. Tune in to NBA Straya every day for everything NBA. Subscribe or I will fight you. This is NBA Straya saying look after yourselves, would you? And later, hosen.